What is the one thing in this world you can give and still keep? The answer is your word. Happy Winning Wednesday. For today's message, I want to talk about a game called Win As Much As You Can. Well, essentially because it's Winning Wednesday. So in this game, it was in my ethics class where we were split into 4 groups of about 2 or 3. And we were told for each turn to either choose X or choose Y. You were not allowed to talk to each other. So if you chose X, you would likely make a bunch more money. And if you chose Y, you would likely lose money. Because the only way you could win and choose Y is if everyone else chose Y. But if one person chose X, that person would make a bunch of money and everyone else would lose a bunch of money. So naturally, our group didn't trust anyone. We chose X, and rightfully so, because another group also chose X. So, as this game went on, we eventually got to the point where we were allowed to talk to each other. So we sent representatives out to the hallway to have a discussion, and one person decided to convince everyone to all choose Y, including myself. So we all decided we're going to choose Y. I personally didn't trust any people in that room, but I still chose Y because I gave my word. I went back to my group, we talked, and we decided to still stick with Y, even though we knew probably we're going to get screwed over. Funny enough, the person who got everyone to choose Y ended up going back to her group and saying, hey everyone, guess what? I got them all to choose Y, and now we're going to make a bunch of money because we can choose X and everything, whole plan and everything. Funny thing is, another person from a different group heard them saying all this and still decided to go back and choose Y because, again, they gave their word that they would. So, moral of that story is stick with your word. Even if whatever happens or you might get screwed over or this or that, it's more valuable to stick with your word as opposed to winning a bunch of money. Because at the end of the day, as a class, we won negative $20. Even if that group came out on top, we found out that the win as much as you can wasn't necessarily personally us, but just as a class, we're supposed to win as much as we can, and we obviously did not. So I can apply it to real life. Don't screw people over. You say you're going to do something, make sure that you do it, because when you give your word, if that word breaks, you can never truly fix that. Because at the end of the day, that person who you lied to is always going to have in the back of their head, what if it happens again? So something to keep in mind there. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, the best way to win is with your word intact. Thanks so much. Have a good rest of your day.